Hello there, Star Wars toy fans. This is Jim. Thank you again for taking the time to stop by my channel. Tonight's video is a continuation of a series that I began many months ago, comparing the vintage Kenner Star Wars action figure line to that of those produced by Hasbro, at least those in my collection. Tonight's focus happens to be on the Imperial Commanders from The Empire Strikes Back. So we've left the ice planet Hoth, and now the Imperials are in pursuit of the Millennium Falcon. You might find it hard to believe that this collection is almost complete. The only one that I'm missing is Captain Needa, which until tonight, I did not know it was released, and so that's one that I do want to add into my collection. And there have been very few variations released, so this collection, ironically, is almost complete. So moving from left to right, we have the 1981 Kenner Imperial Commander. And in the center, we have Admiral Pitt, released in 1998 as part of the Power of the Force 2 series. There have been two versions of him released. Then we have on the right, Admiral Ozil, released in 2004 as part of the SAGA series. And then the one that I'm missing, Captain Needa. He was released twice, once in 2009, and then another in 2011 as part of a Target exclusive. So let's do some close-up work on the 1981 Imperial Commander. Now this is one from my childhood, and I'm sure he rode that Star Destroyer when I would play with my brothers. And the first thing that you might notice is the blue gun. And that seemed to be typical fare for the Kenner Empire Strikes Back line. In fact, I think all of the figures that I had from that time all have blue guns, with the exception of perhaps a black rifle from Hoth or the Cloud Car Pilot's gun, which happened to be gray. But anyway, that's the original gun, also from my childhood. Of particular note, let's do even a further zoom. You'll happen to notice his badges or medals there on the chest, signifying his rank. Has a silver belt buckle and then a silver pin there on the hat. Now it's probably harder to see, but there is texture on the jacket, like a mesh type texture. And he is the only figure that I can think of that actually had that texture from the Kenner line. It was pretty neat, made him very unique amongst the other figures that happen to have just smooth jackets. Now moving to the center, we have Admiral Pitt from 1998. And with all of those figures during that time frame, the guns, or weapons, should I say, were way oversized. So he has a rifle there in his left hand, and then a baton. I don't know what he'd use it for, maybe pointing at something or poking people. Baton in his right hand. Now the Power of the Force figures happen to all move at the waist. That was a 6th level of articulation that they added. And incidentally, the Kenner figures had 5 points of articulation. I did not go over that. So the arms move and then the legs move so that he can fully sit. And Captain Piett can do just the same thing. So, and you'll notice that both of them have foot pegs there, or holes, so that way you can put the foot in the peg on the ships or on the playsets. Now moving further to the right, we have Admiral Ozil. I'm going to zoom out just a bit so we can get a little bit more close-up on him. So with this figure produced in 2004, Hasbro was having more levels of articulation. So not only can he turn at the waist and the head moves, but there's 3 points of articulation per arm. And the arms can move up and down at the shoulders. They rotate at the elbow, which I'm not particularly fond of. One thing I do like is they rotate at the wrist. I almost wish they would get rid of this, because if you try to move the arm out like that, I mean, that's kind of convincing, but in some of the figures that they've produced, it just looks like the arm's broken. But both arms do that. Now the legs do happen to move up and down, but due to the jacket, he cannot sit, and so therefore he's got to stand. He probably has the most difficulty of the three standing on his own without some sort of platform. Well, there you have it, the Imperial officers from The Empire Strikes Back. Well, I hope you liked this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you do, and subscribe to the channel. And I will be doing a future video on the Star Destroyer in a few days. So take care, and we'll see you in another video.